Hello gamers, welcome to another DSP video. This time, this will be a very robust and meaningful style content video. So let's get into it. Here we go. We're gonna be watching a few stuff. Now, in my last video, someone commented on it saying, Theo, DSP meant that he wants $50 per stream. And I said this to him. Where is it? I guess what? Wrong. Because this is what he said. This is what he said when I made that video.
That would be an accomplishment I'd be proud of and say thank you all. All right. The other accomplishment, to at least hit one tips goal a day. Every day.
See, he did say at least, man, but he still said he wants at least one tips goal a day. That's still factually what he said. So I'm right, you're wrong. Okay. Be sure to email the apology at darksidefilled@hotmail.com. Okay, sound good?
Dual streaming this week. Okay. So as long as I'm hitting that tier 1 tips goal at least once a week or once a day, that's great.
That's great. Okay. Now we get to this video.
There's one other thing that I should say as well. All right? Because some people, sadly, I hate to say it.
I hate to say it, man. Some people, I hate to say, they listen to what I say and then, like, they act upon what I say. Ugh, stupid.
The last week, or 2 weeks ago, was it? I had said that basically my goals are as follows. I have kind of a weekly goal for members, and I have a daily goal for tips that I like to hit. And if we hit those, then things are pretty good. And it was basically the weekly goal for this week is 650 members, and hit that by the end of the week and hold. The thing is, we were close. We had like 640, and then a bunch of memberships expired, so now we're down to 620 something again.
So
okay?
we have to hold 650. We can't just hit 650 and be left alone. No, we have to maintain it. So we have to keep giving me money to maintain this arbitrary goal, which he called it, by the way, arbitrary. We have to keep this arbitrary goal. Okay, we have to keep it.
So we got 3 more days, full streaming days. I'm pretty sure we can probably hit 650 members by the end of the week. It's a good goal to have, right? But the other thing I said was I want to at least hit one of these tips goals a day.
A day.
$50, right?
A day.
That would help a lot, and it would be good. But what's happened is I barely hit that one tips goal a day, and then the other stream is dead.
What does that mean, barely, though? Because he starts a stream and he gets $50. All right. Sorry, I had to do something, so I used the new feature, pausing the recording. Pretty cool, huh? Okay.
0 or near 0.
Near 0. Like how much bullshit this dude is.
And it would be good. But what's happened is I barely hit that one.
He says he barely hit $50, but what does that really mean? Like, what does it mean? Because he gets the money. It's like getting money is a very hard like measurement. Like it's a just you get the amount. Saying like I barely made it to work today. That just means that like you just went through a lot of shit. You were like a minute away from being late or whatever, and you made it. Barely. But he got $50 because he gets a guaranteed tip every day from 1 Minute Man. He gets a guaranteed $21 tip. Guaranteed. And he just gets $50 easily. So it's like not really barely, honestly, in reality.
Today, and then the other stream is dead with 0 or near 0.
Now, I love that he says, oh, then the other stream is dead, like, or near 0. Now, this is coming from the fucking guy who tells you how he's so appreciative of whatever he gets. Oh, I appreciate you guys. Oh, you guys support me? I appreciate it. Oh, I appreciate whatever you give me, man. Does this sound appreciative? That he considers $7 initially to be $0, then says, well, no, actually near 0. So appreciative. But this dude says if he gets one typical a day, he'd be great. Like, listen to this.
Tips goal a day. Every day I'm dual streaming this week, okay? So as long as I'm hitting that tier 1 tips goal at least once a week or once a day, that's great.
at least once a day. He gets $50 and then he gets $7 on the night stream, and that's still not good enough. That's not good enough for the guy.
Like, that's what happened yesterday. So the first stream, okay, was the React stream. So we had an overnight tip that wasn't even expected. We had the usual tip that
This dude tells you every day to tip him overnight and all this stuff when he's not streaming, which is really fucking creepy, honestly. And then he gets the tip overnight. He's like, we didn't expect this, man. Okay, but why does that matter? Like, you know, no. The more I think about it, the more like toxic I get over it, because it's just so dismissive, and it's so bizarre. It's like he gets an overnight tip, and then he's like, "How dare you? Like not give me more money? Assume that I got it." It's like, people just didn't tip you, dude. You got an overnight tip. You got a 1 minute man tip. You got $50, which you said is what you're looking for at least. Like, just because no one else tipped doesn't mean anything. It either means that people may not want to tip or whatever the fuck. But you say you're supposed to be okay with at least making $50 a day. And now it's like, this is really him just realizing what he said may not be feasible, and he kind of regrets it, and he doesn't want to take it back, so he has to kind of do another mind game. That's all this fucker does. Oh, like, you need to like catch up on members, man. Oh well, I got rid of the member goals. Well, maybe you guys should hit it so we can like hit it, okay? I'd be happy, man. Like, what is this? Like, you see how fucking nonsense this dude's streams have become now? He gets rid of these rewards, and then it realizes the whole point of the rewards! Like, this is kind of, like, very funny to me, because it just kind of occurred to me in my mind, because this happened with Twitter, in a way. When Elon bought it, he undid all this stuff, he undid the check marks, he undid all this shit. And since he undid it, he has kind of been walking all the way back around to why the verification system existed in the first place. Like, I'm not gonna argue that some people may or may not have deserved a check mark, but it served a point, and it kind of like solved this issue that Elon was reopening pretty much, because the whole point of the verification system is so that you know that this guy is who he says he is. Whatever. And when he removed it, people were now taking names that were very similar, and then Elon's like, wait a second, someone can have a name just like mine? Okay, parody's not allowed, or whatever. But if you had the verification system, it would have worked. And then he added all these new check marks, all these new colorful check marks to show that these people are who they say they are. And it's like, this is the system that was already there, and he removed it to just add it back in a new way. And DSP removed the member goal rewards to then realize, wait a second, there's no incentive. Well, the incentive is so that people can get a membership. So it kind of, in a way, became less about getting a reward and more about just giving members for the sake of it. Because now he says things like, oh, if you want to be nice to someone, gift a member. And goddamn, I just realized December's coming. And this dude is gonna slime his way in to be like, guys, you should give members, it's Christmas time. It's the holiday time. Be merry and gift a member.
From 1 Minute Man, and we had like one or two small tips, so we ended up hitting the tier 1 goal like just narrowly. Then last night on the late stream was the slowest stream ever. I made like $7.
This is coming from a guy who's very appreciative. He really appreciates you guys' tip, man.
The whole stream. So no, that's not gonna work. You know, when I'm saying, oh,
funny, right? Another DSP idea that doesn't work. You notice that, right? Correct? Every time DSP has proposed an idea for his streams, they all failed. They all burn miserably, and they all make them look really lame. But the ideas that work very well are ideas that his fans came up with, and I'm just asking myself, I ask this all the time when I talk about these kind of things. I've never seen anyone run up to someone and tell them, hey, you want my money? Do this, I'll give you money. It's like, What? I've never seen anyone just offer ideas to someone for them to take your money. It doesn't make sense to me. Uh,
What I'm looking for my goal is to hit one of these tips goals. That's like to hit the goal and then also obviously just have normal streams, not to have dead streams around that, you know? And that's kind of what's happened, sadly. You know, when I played the story goals,
wait, let's hear this again.
that's like to hit $7, the whole stream. So, no, that's not going to work. You know, when I'm saying, oh, what I'm looking for my goal is to hit one of these tips goals, that's like to hit the goal and then also obviously just have normal streams, not
So he wants to hit the goal, but he also doesn't want to make less than. But he wants to make $50 a day. He gets the $50 on the first stream, but he also wants to make more above that. I mean, no shit. Everyone wants to make more money. Like, of course, if you're gonna like go to any form of business and have the option of making more money, you're gonna like do the option to get you more money or whatever. Like for him, yeah, no shit. He would like a stream where he makes over $50. Like that's why you have the $100 tip goal and the $150 tip goal. But if the whole point is he's and again, yet again and again and again and again. Let's bring this up. We're being that guy again.
tips goal a day. Every day I'm dual streaming this week, okay? So as long as I'm hitting that tier 1 tips goal at least once a week or once a day, that's great. All right?
At least. At least. So minimum is $50 a day. He's been getting $50 tip goals for a while and making a little bit under that on the second stream or whatever a few times. But the one stream made $7, that won't work. Then why do you say at least $50 a day? Because in reality, he just wants more money. He just wants the same amount. It's as I said before, and this fucker keeps proving my point. The only reason DSB brought up at least $50 a day during this stream was because he was going through a whole week of making under $50. So instead of like going into like the sky is falling, I need more money or whatever, he says $50 a day so he looks like he's asking for a small amount and he's being fair and reasonable. And then when he gets what he wants, well guys, I don't want like just $50. I mean, give me a little bit more than that. Come on. And this dude is such a piece of shit. He complains about all these other streamers that ask for more money and do all this stuff. But are these people sitting there saying, I want at least this amount? Guys, you guys can give me more money than that. I mean, come on.
Have dead streams around that, you know? And that's kind of what's happened, sadly. You know, when I played the story mode on Friday night, it was a very slow stream. And then when I played Invasion last night, it was the slowest stream of the year. So that's bad.
But if you're asking for at least $50, wouldn't everything be above it be great? So $7 added to the $50 is $57. 57 is a bigger number than 50 DSP.
That's very bad.
Very bad.
And I hope that, again, it's weird that it's 2 nights that it was Mortal Kombat 1 and that was the pattern. So I hope that
was the pattern. That's the pattern.
Doesn't continue tonight. We'll see, I guess. Okay? So, if you like my content, if you like what I'm doing, please support it. You know the ways to support it, right? You know, super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships, tips, all appreciated, all needed. And no, if I just hit 1 tips goal a day and I get nothing else the whole day,
nothing else. This dude has been making above $0 every stream. And he's acting as if he's getting nothing. But this dude is so appreciative. He's so appreciative. Like there are streamers who make $0 that are more appreciative of their audience than how DSP acts. Homeless people are more appreciative than DSP.
no, that's not what I'm looking for. The whole point was that's kind of the goal to aim for, and if we hit it, that's good. But obviously, I'm having normal streams where, you know, every once in a while you get something. Not.
And then this notion of constant normal streams, like I just can't wrap my mind around this. I'm like kind of like getting a little bit more like annoyed. The more I think about every time he says normal streams, I want normal streams, I want normal streams. What the fuck is a normal stream? He acts as if this dude can orchestrate money coming in. Like he knows that this money can come in. I can get this money from my viewers and all this stuff. But in the same breath, say that it's, oh, you never know what you're gonna make, man. But he acts as if he can. Like he can conjure up more than this amount of money, and that they can definitely give more than this amount of money. This is like the DSP equivalent of Blizzard saying, you guys got phones, right? It's that fucking attitude. And you know what? I think that's what it is. I think like, as I'm doing this video, I think a lot of people like get annoyed with DSP and his begging, it really is just that attitude of him acting as if he's entitled to this, and he acts as if he's not asking for much. Like, just like Blizzard, when they're like, you guys got phones, right? It's like fuck you, man. Come in.
Oh, once you hit the tips goal, nothing else for the rest of the day. That's not what I meant. But some people want to take stuff so literally. Oh, but you hit the tips goal that one stream.
But you're Mr. Honesty, man. So he's saying that he wasn't literally asking for $50 a stream, but he wants more than that. So that, and you know, he thinks this makes him sound better. He thinks this makes him sound better than what he said before. You see how fucking flippant and flaky this guy is when he needs something? He tells you, "Oh, I'm just looking for $50 a day, man. Just looking for $50 a day." It's like nothing really. I mean, if I get that once a day, oh man, that'd be great. That would be, and I quote,
goal a day. Every day I'm dual streaming this week, okay? So as long as I'm hitting that tier 1 tips goal at least once a week or once a day, that's great.
That's great. He gets it at least once a day. I want more. Okay? I want normal streams to come back. But what's a normal stream? This dude, man.
So that means that the rest of the day, you don't need anything. It's like, oh my god. It's just an average.
Like this, what this is just him projecting how he thinks people like look at his like tips and all this stuff. Like, oh, he's asking for this, he doesn't need any more than that. But that's just how he views that all this shit. Like, imagine if another streamer had this kind of rant. He'd be like mocking them. But this dude is like telling them pretty much, you guys can give more, okay? Like, yeah, I say I want at least $50, but I mean, come on. And he thinks that makes him sound like a cool guy. And he's like, oh, they think I'm good. Like, yeah, no shit. You know, he thinks that everyone like doesn't understand the grads, that people spend a lot of money to live and all this kind of stuff. Like the minimum wage on its own isn't enough to like support people, and that's been a debate too. But it's like, yeah, no shit. You would want more money in life so you can spend it on your life or whatever the fuck. But you're not gonna get it all the time. So acting as if it's a assured thing, it's kind of insane.
Estimate. I don't even know. I feel like I have to pull out a statistics class for people to understand. You know, there's the mean, the median, and the mode. Shall I explain what all?
And then he does this, which is stupid because again, he said if he's talking about like, well, this is just an estimate, man. An estimate is a general term, honestly. You're pretty much saying when you're estimating something that you at least want around $50. So if you want to be super duper negative, you could argue that he would be okay with $40. It's only $10 away from 50. Like, is that how much of a difference can that really mean? But he wants at least $50. So yeah, of course, anything above that would be great. So if we're doing estimates and bullshit like that, wouldn't $57 be a little bit more than what he was asking for? Again, you know, this dude is an idiot. He says all this stuff, and then when people like take him at his word, he gets mad about it, and it's like, oh no, idiot, I want a lot more than that, and he thinks that makes him sound good.
They all mean? No, the real problem here is this. We just entered the busiest gaming season of the year. Did we not? Starfield, Mortal Kombat, we're about to start Lies of P.
I just love that he laughs after saying that, and it's like he's pretty much telling his fucking dumbass viewers that he is so lucky to have such dumbass fucking viewers that don't really care to listen to what this dude is saying as much as anyone else. Because this dude, if they woke up one day and decided to like pay attention to this kind of shit, they'd really start to scratch their little head, but they may not be able to be honest. But this dude literally was saying, I want $50 at least. Oh, you gave me at least $50? That's not what I want. I want more than that. Look, when I say that, I mean I want more, okay? Obviously. I can't live off of just $50. And that's insane as well. Because this dude has, like, Patreon, YouTube revenue, and tips. So, yeah, he's just factually making more than $50 a day. This dude is so scummy. It's so scummy.
Non-stop new releases in October. How is it that things are slowing down? That doesn't make sense. It's like earlier this year and even the summer seemed to be better on my streams.
And again, this is also coming from a guy that says, I don't want to be Mr. New Games. I don't want to play new games. I remember all these rants where he says he wants to be a variety streamer. He doesn't want to be pigeonholed into doing new releases. And what if this is a sign that his viewers don't care if he plays new releases or not? Okay.
Now should be the time when things are picking up. And I don't mean viewership, because views on the streams are good, but the support all of a sudden slowed down. It's like, what?
What?
Obviously there's something going on. What is it?
You know, I also think about this as well. You know, my mom, has always been telling me that I'm like too rigid of a person sometimes when it comes to certain things. Like I think of myself and I kind of like stress out about something. It's like, oh, what if this happens? This may not work out. What if this doesn't work out? Oh my god! And I started like freaking out. And she's like, look, you're being too rigid. Just be a little bit more open. And like, you know, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You know, you just move on. Like, you just don't stress over like this one thing that may or may not happen. Just figure something else out. You know, you're stressing too much about something that hasn't even happened yet and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, you know, that's a good point. And it's like, it's been something I'm trying to work on. DSP it's just that embodied. Does all this rigid streams. He does all these rigid ass streams. He has no like freedom to just say, hey, I'm gonna play this game. Okay, I want to play another game. I want to do something else. Let's pop in another game. And it's like, why not do that? Like, why does he have to play this game? Why does he have to play at this rigid hours? Why does he need these rigid segments where he needs to start a video in a menu and end a video on a menu? Why does he need to do all this stuff? Like, you know, I was thinking about a Starfield playthrough as well. I tuned into a Tevin's restream of it a little bit, and he brings up like that he doesn't even know what was going on in the Starfield playthrough because everything just kind of is like, it's just he's either in a menu doing something or he's just walking around. And I'm just like thinking to myself, that's just how he plays Bethesda games. That they all just kind of blend together. Like if you just like look at them, it's like you really don't remember. And this dude complained about how Final Fantasy 16 has no memorable moments. Which, like, I get with the pacing. The pacing is kind of like boring, but there were good moments in it, like the Titan boss fight. Like, that was a good boss fight. And he's like saying like there's nothing memorable. But what's memorable about DSP's playthroughs of like Bethesda games? Like, does anyone remember what he did in Oblivion? Like, was there anything in Oblivion that was memorable? Or Elder Scrolls? The only thing I kept thinking about was, like, I think Elder Scrolls had the troll intro for a bit, and then like he did like a party with animals or some shit, or maybe that was Cat doing that. It's weird. Like, nothing stands out, and that's what's gonna happen with Starfield. We're gonna look back at Starfield and forget that he even played it. Like, I kind of already forgot you played Oblivion. I don't even know if you played Oblivion this year or last year. And he's gonna do another Bethesda RPG in December. Like, all of this stuff just bleeds together. And he's like, yeah, man, it's slowing down. Yeah, because your content sucks. Everything from that to Street Fighter had just been bland garbage.
And that's the feedback I need, you know? And people saying things, well, we don't like offline gameplay of fighting games. Did you ever see me cover a fighting game?
I want feedback. Okay, we don't want to watch offline content of fighting games. I need to play offline content, man. Okay, but why not just play offline content on your day off? Because okay, you can't do that, man.
In the 15 years I've played them, you have to play offline first to learn the game before you go online. It's a necessary evil of fighters. If you don't get that, fighting games aren't for you. Really. No one on planet Earth just jumps online not even understanding the basic controls of a fighting game. You have to learn the basics, learn a few things, then you go online. What are you talking about, right?
But but this is the problem with him doing offline content. This is the reason why people don't like it, is that he dedicates an entire hour for it. Like an hour. Like when I get a new fighting game, yeah, I don't go straight to online. I do like, you know, a character demonstration where they just explain the moves or whatever. Then I do arcade mode, and then I do fucking online. Like that's not an hour worth of content. But DSP is like, okay, we gotta do the demonstration. We gotta do this. We gotta go to the settings. We gotta do that. We gotta do this. And it's like this stuff we don't need to do.
It just doesn't make sense what you're saying. Okay?
Okay.
So, you know, it is what it is. I know I had to do a segment about it today. I had to.
You had to.
It's my business. It's my livelihood. When I see a negative pattern, I want to talk about it. Is it Mortal Kombat? Is it the fall gaming season in general? What is it? This is the kind of things I need feedback on. And I would love to hear everyone's opinions and brainstorming. And if you come and you're toxic at me...
And again, look at this. And then also listen to this as well. He literally was telling people in this pre-stream that the people who demanded Mortal Kombat might have tricked him to buying the deluxe edition. And oh, these might be the vocal minority, man. But give me feedback. Okay.
Gonna get fucking blocked and ignored like usual. I want constructive feedback. What could be done better? What needs to be improved?
All right, let's go through his comments. Great podcast episode. What good feedback, right? Oh, we got AI quiz. We got the stupid AI quiz. Another AI pop. Dude, look at this. Look at all these fucking posts. Back to back. Okay, fucking. Oh, people, let's read this. What was the main reason behind the delay in starting the stream on the day mentioned in the transcript? What? A chaotic morning, and explains why he started the stream late. Technical difficulties, cleaning up cat vomit, internet connection issues, playing Street Fighter 6. These are the questions. These are the answers you could pick. The only one that might throw people for a loop in reality is the technical difficulties, because this dude has all these, like, the first three are actually pretty good, but it's cat vomit. But it's kind of all of the above, but it's something cat vomit. And then the answer is B, cleaning up cat vomit. But in reality, that's not even the full answer. What recent news story discussed in the video? Unity game engine. Mortal Kombat 1 on Nintendo Switch. Lies of P game release. What? Starfield gameplay details. Wow. OP Boon didn't even try for this one. It's a Unity game engine. It's so obvious. Unity game engine, these suck. These are stupid fucking pop quizzes. Obi Boon should be ashamed of himself. Wait, you're married? He approved this. He approved this comment. Liza P is out. Goodbye, Borefield. What great feedback. I like the feedback that this comment section had. Really, really good. Can I sort in newest first? What is the newest? Oh god, it's him.
Is it that you want to see that I'm not doing, right? Why do you think that we've now had 2 incredibly dead nights this week with almost no support when I was playing a hot new release that everyone previously had said they wanted, and I even spent extra money to get early because people seem to want it early. It's really baffling to me.
Really baffling. Oh, let's go to his community post. Does he have any community posts there? This year has been crazy for gaming, and that you can skip tons of the biggest releases and still have played amazing games. It is becoming easier to see which game studios are no longer up to the task, while others are shining. It's a renaissance for sure. I'm pretty sure DSP was complaining that there was not a lot of new releases. Pretty sure. He skipped a lot on top of that, so this is kind of a clown post. Yeah, that's it. And then we just get Liza P, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Starfield. Like what a great combination. Now we get to the robust style part of the video. So, as you saw there, this dude literally was going on and on and on and on and on about how, oh, I need to make this amount of money and all this stuff. But this is the main issue. His content is garbage. He found a way to make his content worse. Way worse. So I went through years saying, man, I really wish DSP played more fighters, because I did enjoy the fighting game stuff. But if I knew he was going to be a tryhard baby about it, I would never have asked for any of this, because you go watch the Street Fighter 6 gameplay, and it's just him being carried by Game Trekker. Then he goes on to watch YouTube videos on how to play certain combos and all this kind of stuff, and nothing learned, nothing maintained, and his combos are lame. You watch, and he's only been playing like Blanca, E Honda, Lily. Like, you see, he tried Luke, but he didn't go to ranked with Luke. And he immediately just benched him immediately for Lily. And it's very obvious. I was talking about this with someone else online earlier, that Luke really exposed how dependent DSP is on combos, on command grabs. Because he will, like, pressure the opponent into, like, just blocking, and they'll do a command throw. So he goes right through it. All this shit. And it's just that's his bread and butter. You see him play Luke, as like he struggles because he has to earn the hits. But everyone else who plays Luke is top tier bullshit. And that's the other thing. Him talking about tier lists, like, I get a lot of people have their opinions on tier lists in fighting games, and it is what it is. But to me, I always see it as, like, you can kind of just learn a character, and if you're good with them, you can kind of make your way through certain characters. There might be characters that have innate advantage. Like, you know, you play Guilty Gear Strive, and you go against the Happy Chaos. Like, Happy Chaos already has the advantage. I mean, they just match Heavy Slash, and they get the match. And it's like, whatever. But you go against all these other characters, and it's like, you can kind of hold up to it. Like, I played Bridget, I played Jacko, I played Biken, I played a little bit of Go Lewis, and you know, I stand up pretty well, except for Go Lewis. Go Lewis is a little bit of a challenging character. But with DSP, it's like he needs these characters to have a cheesy command throw. There was that Piece of Peace restream, and I just think about it. He said, like, oh, look at the combo. Heavy punch, dash, heavy punch, heavy punch, heavy punch, dash, heavy punch, command throw, or something like that. I'm like, yeah, that's a very, very great combo. And that's what he does all the time, and it's just the same shit. But when someone else does something, oh, this is bullshit. Fuck this. Oh, Ken is so OP, man. Like, yeah, Ken is like a fast character and all that shit, but I was talking to my friend about this thing. He was gonna complain about Ken too, saying like, oh, he's OP. I'm like, yeah, but I can at least guess the game plan with Ken. Usually pretty well. I have a decent defense against Ken, because it's just when he does the that combo with the kicks, and then he does that, like, kick, which I think is a I want to say it's a low hit. So you want to low block it, but he also has an overhead. So you either does the low hit or the overhead. 90% of the time they do that low hit, so it's like, okay, just block that. And if I just see X-Rated coming, there's ways to get around it. And there's ways to get around Ken, so I don't really find Ken to be that bad. I mostly struggle with, like, Blanca, JP a little bit. Uh, Guile is hit or miss. For some reason, I have an easier time with Guile in this game than I had with him in 5 and 4, but whatever. But DSP just, he's not fun to watch in these fighters anymore because he tries so hard to not rage and not be salty and all this stuff, but it's just kind of like it's kind of what would started happening when this is gonna like be dated a little bit, but when LSB was restreaming the Call of Duty stuff, and you start to notice that DSP went through the same path, same route in Call of Duty, and then he would just kind of play very boring ways to in a way to like make this how you don't plays more boring in a way, so trolls can lose. But it just hurts his content. Like that's why I kind of think LTG is a little bit more of an entertaining lolcow because he at least kind of just plays a fighter and he rages and he just does what he does, and that's what he kind of banks on. And DSP sees that as a negative, like, oh, he's capitalizing on him being a lolcow, but LTG is just doing what he does. You know, like he's not necessarily doing it to bank on the trolls specifically. He's just like, look, I'm playing a fighting game and I'm gonna rage. Like, you know, he's not gonna change how he plays the game because of that. Because why? You know? And DSP says how he doesn't care about trolls, but he tailors all this stuff to the trolls and all this stuff, and it's just stupid. Because it's like you're kind of hurting the reach of your content anyway. And when he does like rage, it's just lame. And he keeps saying that he doesn't look up guides, but he's watching videos on how to play Street Fighter, a game series he loves, and he's still watching gameplay videos. Like, he made it all the way to, like, Master Blanca on the Xbox, and we went back to Blanca on the PlayStation, he still watched tech videos. But I thought you mastered the character, DSP. Why are you watching tech videos? And that's kind of the pitfalls of the guy and his content. And that's gonna the uphill battle that he's gonna be running. And I think you see that with his decline in tips, that people are just not caring at all the way he has to play because his style is not even interesting. He's not raging. He doesn't seem engaged with what he's doing. The only engagement you really get is just him saying, "Oh, that's stupid, man," or just basic ass shit, but it's not really there. The way he plays any game where he runs to a menu all the time, it's just lame. He plays a fighter and he wants to end on a win so bad or end on some level of progress. It's like, why? He does a late stream of Street Fighter 6 and he stays like an hour extra just so we can hit that next milestone of a star. And it's like, dude, you're playing a fighting game. Like, and the rank system is the rank system, and he has a pre-stream podcast talking about how the rank system can improve. Dude, who are you to talk about the rank system and all of these other people? And then these same people will go on and say, who cares about the rank system? It's about the tournament scene, man. But let's talk about the rank system. Like, who fucking cares? And you want to talk, like, I've seen so many people like this dog talk shit about the Guilty Gear Strive rank system as well, and it's like, who cares? If the game's fun, just fucking play it. And Disney goes on and on about how he has to learn the character in and out before he goes online and all this other stuff. But he does it in such a rigid way where it has to fit an hour. Does he really need an hour of offline stuff before he goes online? Well, no, he needs to do it for his little like streaming setup, man. Because it will look really weird to title as a video. Rashid Premier gameplay, trials, combos, and multiplayer. It's like, what? Well, I have to go through all this to get to the multiplayer. Like, it's all, you know what this is? I just kind of think I realize why he does it this way now that I think about it. It's probably so that people are not skipping through his fucking videos, because I don't think YouTube counts that as engagement and actually marks it as a negative. So that might be why he does it that way. So, if you want to get to the multiplayer, you go to a whole other video and you're not scrubbing through another video. But then it's like, then why are you uploading a video that is boring? Like, Do you care about the engagement or not? But also, why care about the engagement? Like, you're already hurting your channel by making a stream, then privating the stream, and all this kind of stuff. Like, but who really cares anyway? Because also, I've also heard that, like, if you do anything to your channel and you change the upload pattern, that also upsets the algorithm too. So it's like it's a losing system anyway. You're never gonna win the algorithm with it. And you start, and that's why you start seeing other YouTubers say like, hey, when you're doing a YouTube video as a career, it's like you may not want to just be focused on the algorithm or engagement and just kind of try to make your own content, try to find a way to make it work or whatever. But DSP's content just doesn't work. He has a rigid schedule. He doesn't want to fucking do anything different. Like, he doesn't even want to do a Street Fighter 6 in the daytime stream anymore because he needs that for other games. But why not just fuck around? Like, all his streams are rigid, stiff fucking stuff. But you go to any other streamer and they'll either play a game for like 5 hours straight and they'll be doing like RPG grinding, or they'll be playing a random ass game, or they'll do whatever. They don't even have schedules, but he sees doing a schedule as a respectful way to handle your streams with your audience. But he already moved up the Liza P stream for that Monday because it came out early. He changed the Legend of Zelda streams a few times when that was a new release. Like, do you care or not? But it's very clear that he operates on his own little bias and he wants everyone to validate his choices. So that is it. And the other thing I was gonna say a little bit, because his whole, I've seen all these clips from Snort Hogan and Hate Army, and it's just, this dude is insane. He had a DSP React where he was watching a GTA video and is his name Mr. Ludacris? Whatever, a Ludacris video. And it is just insane. It's wild how you could suddenly tell he went into those videos already hating it. And people are like, oh, did DSP see the David Burnell channel name? I'm willing to bet he saw the name and that's why he went in with such a very negative opinion of it. Because I was watching, I was like, this dude is like off the bat just being very petty about why the video even exists in the first place. Even though he tells us every day how, well, you should be able to laugh at how bad you are at video games and make fun of my gameplay. Yeah, I suck, man. I suck. A video's like, yeah, man, look how he sucks at this video game. How am I supposed to throw a grenade into the window? And it's like, dude, the game gives you a grenade. Like, it's not a stretch to say that you're a bad gamer for making that mistake, and he doesn't want to admit it because he thinks that it's unruly to expect that from him. And he can have that opinion, but he could at least laugh at that. Like, it's just a goofy video, but that's why I think he was mostly petty about it, because he knew the channel name was David Burnell. I kind of believe that's the case. But it's just insane to see how he went into that already in a negative attitude, a negative mindset, wanting to hate on it. And he's like, well, you gotta be reasonable, man. But when trolls go into stuff ready to shit on it, they get mocked. So we have to give him the benefit of the doubt when he watches content, but he can't like go in with the mentality that maybe these videos are coming from like a genuine position. And there was also a little segment he had the night before that video we watched where he was like saying, I'm gonna talk about the detractor stuff in the podcast, and he never did. He never brought it up because it is insane. He must have because someone brought it up when he said I'm going to talk about it. Someone said that's rent free or whatever, and he's like, "No, it's not rent free. Oh no, man, no, I'm not, man." And he must have gotten shook into the core and decided, I'm not going to do it. If that's their opinion, I'm not going to do it. That will show them. And it's like, good for you, but you already said you wanted to do it, and a dude called you out on it, and you doubled down on it to not do it because of what he said. Like, that's not really an own. You know, it's like him saying he's going to record a video shitting on Rambo and Howard, and then he decided he's not going to do it. And then he bragged about it, then he started saying, I didn't do it because I was such a nice guy, man. But it's like, you're being passive aggressive at this point. Like, did you do it for the right reason, or did you do it to brag about how you did it? You know, it's kind of the same behavior of him acting as if he's doing you a favor for these things, and it's like you're just doing it for your own benefit. Like him saying, I'm going to talk about the detractor stuff. Oh, you're that well, man. That's living rent free, man. Wow, kind of like pathetic, right? Oh, what do you mean? I'm talking about them. I'm just stating facts. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna fucking talk about them. Like, yeah, man. Like, you already look like a loser, dude, and he already is. So it's kind of funny how you brought that idea up, and he never brought it up. And I guarantee if someone says, "Hey Phil, what happened to the thing where you were gonna talk about the detractor videos?" And he's like, "I decided I'm not gonna do it, man. I decided it's not worth my time." And it's just very funny, right? That he would have that mentality supposedly after someone mocked him saying that detractors live rent free. Hilarious. Alright, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. We all learned a little bit of something. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Wait, hold up. I got a better outro.
Time to skedaddle on out of here!